also to realize Sunbreak being just 3 days away, I figure it's time that I give you guys a top 5 things for you need to do before this expansion of sorts. If you don't know, Sunbreak is the expansion to Master Rank. Master Rank typically is where the game gets a little bit harder, so you always want to get a little bit more prepared with, the obvious going into the hardest part of the game. And with that, I figured the number one thing we should all do is money and Kimura points. That is the most one of the most important things because there's nothing worse than going into master rank and not being able to build things because you're just out of money. There's lots of ways to make money. My favorite is using the trader here. Not a bad choice at all. You could also just do missions, play with your friends, all that good stuff. Sell parts, even though I don't recommend it, since there's always a point where you might need that. And with that one, that ends the first one. Kimura points is the same thing. I seriously doubt that the Kimura points aren't going to be useful. At most, they might be changed to something new. I'm playing spoiler free because I really don't want to see what happens in Sunbreak. I want it all to be a surprise. So if you guys are playing like that too, don't worry. I know nothing either. So yeah, I will go on to the next one. The number two most important thing to do, in my opinion, is honey. Because in Master Rank, one of the biggest issues I had when I first got entered playing Monster Hunter was World. And in World, I didn't have the tree set up, and it becomes extremely difficult to get certain items, such as potions, when you just don't have the resources. So I recommend getting all 3 submarines and immediately, what's it called? Setting up for honey and getting all your potions, herbs stocked up for of course, Sunbreak. Another thing you can do is, of course, use road maps like go on Google and you can go harvest the stuff manually. But I think overall it's a lot easier to do if you just want to do it using the submarines. And there's a lot of other items. I recommend also farming up, what's it called, Magnagora, stuff like that, so you can make max potions. And with that, it's pretty the easiest way to get honey and all that kind of stuff. The Argosy truly is one of the most useful things in this game. So I recommend definitely doing the quest for these. Get all 3 submarines and farm up honey for Sunbreak, because trust me, you're gonna need them. And it's a lot easier to farm them right now than have them ready, and you can just go straight into the game. Or if you guess if you just want a smoother experience, then yeah, you always want potions and stuff like that. Number three, this one is a little less important. Ask why it's lower on the list. But there's a lot of good stuff you can get out of the event quests. I personally haven't finished much of the high rank ones, which I gotta get doing because there's a lot of stuff I want to get before Sunbreak. But the a lot of with this like event stuff, you get certain items. So you get like skins, stuff like that. A lot of fun stuff that just overall is good. You want to have this done so that you have everything from Rise. It's also something nice to do while you wait. And also, you won't have to farm this later when you already beat it, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to go backwards and do easier hunts when you're destroying monsters that are 3 times the difficulty. So I always recommend doing all the event quests and getting all the stuff done as well. Because, once again, you really don't want to be going back and doing these. It's just a hassle. And then it's just a lot of fun doing them as well. And you get the USJ stuff, because, to be honest, USJ stuff looks really nice. After this video, I'm going to be finishing most of these up anyways. I already did the low rank ones, except I think 2. So I'll finish that up, and then, of course, then you go straight to high rank. But definitely recommend doing this. It's definitely important and will help you in the long run. The number 4 thing you want to do is do the side quests you get from these guys. A lot of the time they'll give you upgrades to certain things and better what are they called? Pedal aces. So it is definitely something that is not a bad thing to do. There's a lot of value in doing them. I was should have put this one as 3, but I think event quests and this are the same level, so do them. I recommend doing side quests more. I just it doesn't matter now. Definitely put this one on higher up on the list for you if you're going to do any of these, because side quests are truly important to what you're going to be doing. And yeah, that's basically number 4. You just the value of it is really good. I also wanted to talk about, I didn't want to put this on the list, is upgrading your weapons. You do want, if you're like a main or something, you do want to get a lot of your upgrades done, get a lot of the armor pieces done, just so you have a little bit easier time fighting a lot of the master rank monsters and getting ahead with that kind of stuff, so you can just get into a master rank quest and then just be fine, able to actually do it. And finally, decorations. Now, the thing with decorations is they make up for the fact that you don't really have, the ability to pick and choose the kind of skills you like to have in a game. Because usually in Master Rank, you end up just kind of putting on a better armor just because you won't die instantaneously to a random monster. Therefore, having gems can really make a difference because you can, slot in a few things that you need. Have a little bit of the skills that you used to have, so you have a little bit more damage. But jewels overall, you should be getting a lot of these done, having a lot of these anyways because builds and stuff like that. But just having a lot of them for Master Rank, or just having the resources to make them in Master Rank, will be truly helpful. I guarantee it. It will be one of the greatest things you'll ever do. And it will be useful at the end of the game too, because, well, you still need jewels, I assume. So, either way, it's a good investment to make, and just overall, you should have them. A little tip from me is if you really want to do something fun, not fun, just I always like to have satiated jewels. It saves a lot of potions, so if you just get 3 of these and you slot them into where you can always do that. I like doing it. I know it's not a personal thing a lot of people do. Some people like sharpness, but I'll sometimes slot it into some satiate to save on the resources. My top 5 things to do for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. If you've enjoyed this, or just if it helped you in any way, like and subscribe. I always make, I guess, lore content in general, or just play the game and always have fun. So, once again, if you've enjoyed, always do those things. And if you have any extra advice to give in the comments section, drop them down below because everyone needs it, let's be honest. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.